They call me Jakob Fugger, Fugger the Rich, but wealth was never my goal. It was a result, a consequence of how I thought, how I acted, and how I lived. In my time, I wasn't surrounded by billionaires. There were no stock markets, no hedge funds, no banks as you know them. There was only trade, mining, and power. Yet somehow, I became the wealthiest man in Europe. Perhaps the wealthiest man who has ever lived when measured in today's value. I financed kings. I crowned emperors. I built empires. And I did it without a title, without a throne, and without an army. I built it with habits. 5 habits to be exact. And if you understand them, not just hear them, but absorb them, you will never think about wealth the same way again. Habit 1. Think in systems, not moments. You are poor when you think in moments. You are rich when you think in systems. Most men chase opportunity like children chase birds. They run, they shout, and they end up exhausted with nothing in hand. When I looked at the world, I didn't see individual trades or sales. I saw systems of flow, where goods moved, where money traveled, where power collected. When I financed copper mines, I didn't just sell copper. I built a network, from miners to merchants, from merchants to mints, from mints to monarchs. The foolish man asks, how can I profit today? The wise man asks, how can I build a system that profits forever? In your age, you have tools I could only dream of. Technology, automation, global reach. Yet you chase quick money, not enduring systems. If you wish to be wealthy, stop hunting for opportunities. Start designing machines that create them. The poor think in paychecks. The wealthy think in pipelines. Habit 2. Master discipline before desire. Desire is the fire. Discipline is the forge. You cannot create lasting wealth without mastering yourself first. When I was young, I saw men ruined by greed, buying luxuries before they built legacies. I refused that path. I lived simply, even when my fortune could have drowned cities in gold. While nobles drank and celebrated, I studied ledgers and contracts by candlelight. Because I understood, every coin wasted on vanity is a stone removed from your empire. Do not let your emotions lead your decisions. If you cannot control your habits, you cannot control your destiny. In my age, I built wealth through mines and banking. In yours, wealth comes from capital code and control. The tools change, but discipline does not. The first habit builds systems. The second sustains them. And only those who conquer themselves can conquer wealth. Habit 3. Learn the language of money. Most people live their entire lives as financial tourists. They use money but never understand it. They trade tim for pay. They spend instead of invest. They think saving makes them secure. Yet they remain servants to systems they do not control. Money, my friend, has its own language. And if you cannot speak it, it will never obey you. In my time, I learned how credit, interest, leverage, and monopoly worked. Before most even knew the words, I learned that money does not serve morality, it serves momentum. When I lent to emperors, I did not ask for gratitude. I asked for collateral. Mines, monopolies, trade rights. real assets. Understand this: the man who lends wisely rules the borrower. The man who borrows foolishly becomes the slave. In your time, that same principle exists, but disguised in digital ink. Debt, equity, cash flow, and compounding. Learn these not as theories, but as weapons. Because in every century, money is war, and the fluent win. Habit 4. Build power, not popularity. Do not chase applause, chase influence. When you build for praise, you depend on others' opinions. When you build for power, you depend on your own strength. The world's wealthiest men are rarely the loudest. They are the architects, the financiers, the ones who stand behind the throne. When Emperor Charles V sought to rule the Holy Roman Empire, who made it happen? It wasn't armies, it was my gold. I financed his rise, and through him shaped Europe's destiny. Did the crowds cheer for me? No. Did history give me titles? No. But every king who owed me silver owed me silence. Power is not noise. Power is leverage. So, ask yourself, are you chasing fame or control? Are you posting for validation or positioning for influence? When you stop seeking attention and start building access, you shift from performer to player. Remember this: power belongs to those who fund, not those who flaunt. Habit 5. Legacy over luxury. Every man must decide: I die celebrated, or will I die significant? Luxury dies with you. Legacy outlives you. At the height of my wealth, I could have built palaces greater than kings. Instead, I built the Fugger, the first social housing project in Europe, where poor families could live with dignity for a single guilder a year. Some called it charity. I called it strategy. Because legacy is the highest currency of all. It is what buys immortality. You do not need billions to build a legacy. You only need vision and the courage to build beyond yourself. When you focus on your legacy, you build not for applause, but for endurance. You trade luxury for leadership, consumption for contribution. And the truth is, history only remembers the builders. The final word. Now listen closely, because this is what every generation forgets. Wealth is not inherited. It is earned through clarity, courage, and control. A man may be born poor, but poverty of mind is the only poverty that lasts forever. When you build systems, master discipline, learn the language of money, pursue power over popularity, and live for legacy, you will rise. Slowly, steadily, unstoppably. You will not need to chase wealth. Wealth will chase you. Because true fortune is drawn to structure, discipline, and purpose. You may live in a different age, with different tools and technologies. But I assure you, the principles of wealth are eternal. The faces of power change, but the laws of power never do. I was Jakob Fugger. I built my empire in silence. And through these habits, I controlled the world's wealth before Wall Street even had a name. The question is not whether these habits work. They built empires. The question is, will you build yours?